Today we're going to get back on this 1949 GMC and get back on the bed repair series that I started. This will be part 2 of the series, and if you watch the previous vlog, part 1, you'll see where I ripped off the 3/4 inch particle board and some wood tack strips to see what lie underneath. Alright, I think I got all the screws out, but I still can't lift it up. A couple of the screws busted, and they may get a little bit more persuasion to get it. There we go. Well, so that's what we got. Oh, looks like a mouse is living up there. Oh, I don't think I wanted to have lifted this up. I'm gonna put it back down. Oh me. Yeah, you can tell this truck lived up north. Okay. Well, plywood. All right. At least I know what's under there. Wasn't pretty, was it? Well, anyway, in this part 2, I'm going to take off the original wood and the metal strips and expose the horrors and the mysteries that may lie underneath. I'm expecting the worst, hoping for the better. So stay tuned as we get back on repairing the bed on this 1949 GMC Model 100 pickup truck. Alright, I'm bound and determined I ain't going to get underneath here and try to break those rusty bolts off that won't come off anyway, so I'm going to cut. This is when I wished I had a plasma cutter. Like I said, I'm not interested in saving these rusted and busted up metal strips. Most of them are too far gone anyway, and I've got replacements from trading around. But the way I'm going to put wood planking down on this after I get all this up and repair a lot of this damage, this rust damage. I'm going to be using tongue and groove like I did over in the Chevy, and it's not going to utilize these kind of straps anyway. One day when I go to the original type of wood planking, well then I have the strips, or I may go with stainless steel. Who knows? When that, of course, that's way down the road. Right now, we're going to try to get these strips off, and all I know to do is try to cut them and beat them off. So let's get to it. actually hit the cross cuts. Cross cells, I mean. All right, finally got all that nasty wood off and the rusty trim that's held it together. And now let's see what we got here. Okay, that rear sill plate, it's got some rust through holes, but you know, I think I can repair that. I can weld some flat stock on top of that. And well, first off, cut out the cancerous parts and weld some flat stock, and I'll be good there. This cross sill is secure, but you know, I believe there's supposed to be some wood blocks under there supporting it to the frame, okay? And then we got this sill here. Well, he's loose on that side, and he's not even connected on this side. And I believe he's supposed to have some shorter wood blocks, perhaps. I don't know. I'll research that. And then the front sill, well, the front bed box sheet metal here is rusted out. And I believe it's supposed to be bolted or tack welded to that front sill that also should have wood blocks under it. And it doesn't. And it doesn't have anything. That's why stuff that slid up to the front of this bed would end up on the ground. So there wasn't nothing supporting it. But anyway, I think, I don't know, he's in pretty bad shape. I may have to order a new front sill. And I've got sheet metal to do a patch on that metal front bed panel there. And you know, I've even got some 4x4 wood. I don't know. I may order the correct wood. That's something I'm going to research and price. All in all, though, it don't look too bad under there. You know, you can see my late model rear, which, you know, I need to find some more part numbers so I can determine exactly what rear this came out of, what vehicle it came out of. You know, it says GM20 there. It's a later, it's an 80s, I think. Maybe not a 79, maybe an 80s, because it's got some gearing teeth on the rear drums for, which I think is for anti-lock brakes. So I'll have to do some research to see when that came in. I ordered brake hardware for a 79 through 80 something Nova, and it all bolted right in there. So that may be what it is. I'll just measure between. It should be around 59 to 60 inches and some change, somewhere around in there. And of course, you can see my dual Turbo Maxes. Decided to go with them over the Thrush and or the more popular brands, because, well, I could get two of these for the price of one of those, and it sounds pretty good. Anyway, so there we go. What a job. And I believe this isn't even half done. There ain't really, I think this bolt and that bolt doesn't even have a bolt. There may be only one bolt holding this entire bed onto this frame. Isn't that something? You know, I'm zipping down the interstate doing 80. You know, a gust of wind could have picked this thing up and took it off. Me, oh my. Well, there we go. Okay, this isn't going to be a frame off bed repair. If you've been watching, any of you all that are familiar with my channel, you'll know that I try to take the frugal way out of repairing stuff. And both the GMC and the Chevy are not getting frame offs at this time. My main goal is to get them safe, roadable, streetable, and able to do some work. So what I'm going to do, I'm not taking the bed off. I'm just going to do some repair on these sills. Now that rear sill, I'm going to try to patch him up. And I may use some pieces off this because I am replacing that. And other research I've done, this sill actually does not secure to the bed. It actually just secures to these angles that are tack welded to the bed. That I'm going to try to patch that up too, because I can't weld in new ones or it would shine through the paint, and I don't want to bolt them in because the bolts will be sticking out exposed. So I'll do some patching there. This third sill, I'm going to keep him. He's the best one of the bunch, but he gets blocks of wood under him, and so does his front sill. Now, I did go ahead and order the wood blocks. I decided to order them and the 12-inch carriage bolts that secure to them. So what I'm going to do now is I wanted to hurry up and get the metal strips out. So I used my sharp chisel point on my impact, my air impact gun, and I just chiseled off the metal strips. Now I'm going to cut off the heads of these bolts and get the bad seals out. But this number 2 sill, believe it or not, is still serviceable. Now keep in mind, even though I've got these holes here, rust through, I'm not going to go back with the original OEM style plank and strips on this. I'm going to use some tongue and groove paneling, some 3/4 inch that I took out of an old cabin that was on this property back before we built. It was an old log cabin that was well, it was eaten up with termites on the outside. Wasn't any way to save it, but the internal paneling was great, and that's what I put on the Chevy. So that's what I'm putting on here. So long story short, I won't be utilizing these holes to bolt the paneling down, and so I'm not concerned about these holes being wallowed out and rusted out, but it's a solid piece. So anyway, that said, I'm going to get the rest of these rivets out, or bolts out, and go from there. I got me a plan of attack now, and sitting up here on the bed. All right, got me a piece of wood down because I'm too old to want to crawl my knees on metal. But anyway, I've been kind of using that old front sill for fitting to see what I'm going to need to do with the front bed panel, and I'm going to have to do some bending. I'll see if I know anybody that's got a brake that I can do some bending. But anyway, I'm going to show you some of the reason why I've been entertaining going with an S10 frame. So hold on. All right, down there you can see, I'll move the sill. I've been lining up. But you can see right here, looks like they've patched the frame here on the left side. Now this has not been shortened because the right side doesn't show that kind of repair work. All right, it's just here on the left side. So my guess is either rust is really wore it out, but really more than likely it's probably hit and somebody welded in another section of frame here. But it's holding good, looks good, so I really don't, so that's why I've not gone ahead and jumped all over the S10 frame at this particular point, because I was concerned about that. But I think it's going to be all right. But I had to elongate the hole here, right here, so this can line up with it when I get the new one. Now I've ordered a new sill because that one's just in bad shape. But anyway, so I've got my plan of attack. One other thing before I close this segment, that's a inch angle iron there, and if I went with an inch, you can see it's just about a quarter inch shy of covering. But if I go with the hold on. If I go with the 1.5 inches, it's too wide. So if I can't find an 1.25 inches, which I don't know if they make it or not, I go with the inch. And I haven't decided if I'm going to bolt it in or weld it in. But anyway, so that's my plan of attack. I'm only going to need to replace that one front sill right there. All right. I do have this repair I'm going to have to do to the side piece. See, that bolts up there, but notice there's nothing to bolt to. So, and this is the floater. You're in a shop, you got to hear bangs. From what the literature tells me, on the 49 truck, you had 4 cross sills, the back, 2 center, and the front. The front and the third used the blocks of wood for spacing. The second one, it didn't have anything between it and the frame, because once you got it all bolted up, there's like a 1/2 inch. And it would contact the frame only if you put something heavy in there, and the frame and the box would actually compress some. So basically, even though you did attach the wood to that sill was not secured to the frame. Just the front sill, third sill, and the rear sill. So anyway, there you go. All right, I believe we hit a good stopping point. So I'm gonna stick a fork in this vlog, and go get them parts ordered. And hopefully, when with the upcoming part 3, those parts will have arrived. I can get them installed, get this wood, this steel trim here patched up, and we can get this thing ready to get the wood bed back down on it. So anyway, appreciate you coming along with me on this journey. I hope you and yours are having a good one. We seem to be doing fine here. So take it easy, and we'll see you around on the next one. See ya.